Hi everyone, a very good afternoon. This is Dr. Anamta Rizvi, and today we are going to learn the chronology of Thomas Hardy's works. So I hope yesterday I did Charles Dickens, उससे पहले मैंने Shakespeare chronology का किया था, and I hope this mnemonic technique is helping you all. It is interesting, मजेदार है, easy है, and I just hope that you just learn them very well so that it is very easy for you whenever they come. So because इतने वर्क्स होते हैं जैसे 37 प्लेज हैं शेक्सपियर के, 15 वर्क्स हैं चार्ल्स डिकन्स की, एंड सो मेनी वर्क्स ऑफ थॉमस हार्डी ने तो पोइट्री भी लिखा है, प्लेज भी लिखा है, नॉवेल्स भी लिखा है. सो हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न इट थ्रू द टेक्निक ऑफ निमोनिक्स. जस्ट लेट मी नो इन द कमेंट सेक्शन इफ आई एम ऑडिबल, विजिबल, you guys can hear me, see me. All right, okay, I think I am audible. This is good. So just let me know. I'll wait for the students to join in and then we'll go ahead with the class. Please do like the session, guys, and share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to it. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead with this. So easy way to learn chronology of Thomas Hardy's works, and let's go ahead with this. So before I go ahead, guys, I'm telling you that the paid course is just for rupees 4,359. In the paid course, the entire syllabus, the 10 units of English literature, UGC NET will be covered. Paper 1 is taken by different teachers. So this includes paper 1 as well as paper 2. Okay, so right now we are done with the पोइट्री, ड्रामा, एंड राइट नाउ वी आर डूइंग फिक्शन एंड प्रोज. इसी तरह से हम लोग धीरे धीरे आगे बढ़ रहे हैं गाइस. इफ यू गाइस वांट टू जॉइन इट, प्लीज यू कैन गेट रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स, आपको पीडीएफ मिलती है, सब कुछ मिलता है, एंड दिस इज हाउ यू कैन लर्न इट इन अ वेरी सिंपल मैनर. एंड आई टीच बहुत ही कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली डेप्थ में जाके, एंड इफ एनीवन हैज एनी क्वेश्चन, दैट क्वेश्चन इज रिजॉल्व वेरी मच इन द क्लास the same day. All right, so guys, let me know if you all want to join in. The link is in the description and we can go ahead with that. Okay, hi Karthik, Juhi, Shivani, a very good afternoon, and let's go ahead with our class. Right, all right. So Thomas Hardy ke bare mein, this is Thomas Hardy. Let's just read a little bit about him. That Thomas Hardy, just a second, 1 minute please. So Thomas Hardy, 1840 to 1928, he was a prolific English novelist and poet known for his exploration of fate, social contrast, and tragic realism. Okay, below is a comprehensive list of his major works. So remember the year 1840 से लेकर 1928 में. Okay, so he had quite a good long life and he was very much there in the modern era as well. So over here, this is his time period, and how much he wrote and what kind of ideology that he had. Pessimistic, थोड़ा negative approach था, and exploration of fate, and इसने fate पे बहुत ज़्यादा emphasize करता था that no matter what it is, whatever is written in the fate, it will happen according to that. So this was his ideology. All right, so chalo, moving ahead. Novels. So we're talking, we will first talk about a few novels of his. So there are 9-10 novels. फिर novels के बारे में बात करेंगे, उसके बाद हम लोग इनका mnemonics देखेंगे. I hope it is visible. Desperate Remedies, सबसे पहले इनका कौन सा वर्क आया था? Desperate Remedies, 1871 में. This was a sensational novel. मतलब बहुत ही हिट गई होगी ये novel उस time पे. It was a super hit, a sensational novel blending mystery and romance. मिस्ट्री ऑलवेज सेल्स. मिस्ट्री से हम लोग हमेशा अट्रैक्ट होते हैं, तो मिस्ट्री एंड रोमांस बड़ा अच्छा कॉम्बिनेशन था. ही प्लेड वेरी सेफ. ओके, तो पहली नॉवल लाई है Desperate Remedies, played very safe. He brought the two elements that sell the most, that is mystery and romance. Okay, so mystery and romance, and follows a young woman caught in a web of deception and intrigue. So this young woman, this was about this young woman caught in a web of deception and intrigue. को किसी ने deceive किया, intrigue हुआ. Hardy experiments with melodrama before developing his signature realist style. So ये melodramatic play था, work था, novel थी. उसके बाद आते हैं realism पे. तो mystery and romance, अगर इन्हें कुछ लिखा तो Desperate Remedies पहला work, but now he will be going ahead with realism. Under the Greenwood Tree, 1872, ये इनका दूसरा work था. This was a light-hearted pastoral novel set in rural Wessex. So rural Wessex में ही ज़्यादातर इसके सारे work set होते थे. We know that it was a fictional setting. So Under the Greenwood Tree, 1872, this was a light-hearted pastoral novel set in rural Wessex, and it tells the charming love story of a school teacher and a church musician. Okay, so again a love story of a school teacher and a church musician under the Greenwood Tree. लगी रहा है ट्री के बारे में, ग्रीनवुड के बारे में, so it must be a romance sort. So it captures Hardy's nostalgic affection for the old traditions of English village life. Hi Shreya, very good afternoon. Juhi, Shreya, Shivani, Karthik, everyone. Okay, so Desperate Remedies फिर Under the Greenwood Tree. A Pair of Blue Eyes 1973 का third work है. Inspired by Hardy's own romance, this novel follows the love triangle between a woman and two suitors and introduces Hardy's theme of fate and social class barriers affecting love. Okay, so these are the first three works of novel. Okay, अभी हम लोग इसका mnemonic भी देखेंगे, so don't worry about this. इसका मैंने बड़ा simple mnemonic रखा है. फिर आता है इनका fourth work, that is far from the madding crowd. यही टाइटल है जो कि कहाँ से लिया गया है, थॉमस ग्रे की एलिजी रिटन इन अ कंट्री चर्चयार्ड से इसका टाइटल लिया गया है. ओके, फार फ्रॉम द मैडिंग क्राउड 1874 में ये वर्क लिखा गया था. व्हाट इज दिस नॉवल अबाउट? दिस नॉवल इज ऑफ लव, एम्बिशन एंड रूरल लाइफ. और कौन से कैरेक्टर जो कि बहुत फेमस था पूछा जाता है अक्सर. सो फार फ्रॉम द मैडिंग क्राउड इज अबाउट बाथशेबा एवरडीन. बाथशेबा एवरडीन के बारे में है. एंड हर थ्री सूटर्स. It marks Hardy's breakthrough blending romantic drama with deep social realism. तो social realism कहाँ पे आता है? Far from the madding crowd में, a novel of love, ambition and rural life. So this is the Bathsheba Everdeen. Then comes The Hand of Ethelberta. थोड़ा सा less famous work है, but इनका fifth work है ये, The Hand of Ethelberta. This is again a novel of social climbing. Okay, and it follows which character? Ethelberta. Okay, The Hand of Ethelberta. Ethelberta के भी बारे में है, who conceals her working class roots to thrive in aristocratic society, and it is one of Hardy's rare comedies. Okay, so rare comedies है ये, those tinged with his usual irony. We always know that Hardy ने हमेशा से serious work लिखा है, tragic work लिखा है, but अगर comic work लिखा है आता है तो The Hand of Ethelberta becomes an important one. Then next you have The Return of the Native. 1878, Return of the Native. 1878 का work है, again a very poignant work, tragic ending, a deeply tragic tale set on Egdon Heath. Okay, Egdon Heath में set है ये, and it explores doomed love, ambition and fate. Eustacia Y, character का नाम है, one of Hardy's most complex heroines, longs to escape the oppression landscape but is ensnared by destiny. Okay, so The Return of the Native becomes your sixth novel. Okay, then you have The Trumpet Major. 1880 का इनका एक और work है, a historical novel that is set during the Napoleonic Wars. Okay, so this of course becomes important, and it follows a love triangle that is between a miller's daughter and two brothers, and this blends romance, comedy and history with Hardy's vivid depiction of rural life. All right, a Laodicean. It's a lesser known novel by Hardy, and this again explores themes of modernization, tradition, through the struggles of a young woman choosing between two suitors, and it combines Gothic elements with social commentary on industrialization. Okay, so of course this becomes a very important one. And then ninth one is Two on a Tower. 1882, a love story between an aristocratic woman and a young astronomer challenging Victorian social norms, and the novel critiques class distinctions and explores fate, science and human ambition. Okay, so this again becomes important work. So all these 9 works are important. Let's go ahead with the last. अब इनके बस थोड़ा सा रह गया है, The Mayor of Castle. थोड़ा सा नंबरिंग गलत है, 9 के बाद ही आ जाएगा यहाँ पे. So second guys, 10 and then 11 and then 12 and then 13. Okay, so these are the works. The Mayor of Casterbridge, इनका दूसरा वर्क आ गया यहाँ पे, and The Mayor of Casterbridge, one of Hardy's greatest tragedy, tells a story of Michael Henchard. Mayor of Casterbridge इनकी जो, अब we can see the last 4 जो novels हैं, they were the maximum hit. In fact, university syllabi में भी हम लोग यही लगाते हैं, इन्हीं को करते हैं. So this again I'm saying, this is 10, 11. So The Mayor of Casterbridge, one of Hardy's greatest tragedy, tells a story of Michael Henchard, a man who sells his wife and later rises to power only to be undone by fate. So Mayor of Casterbridge से questions आते हैं. Then Woodlanders, a novel of love and betrayal set in a secluded rural village. This contrasts human desires with rigid class structure. This is 1887 work. Then Tess of the D'Urbervilles and Jude the Obscure. Again, both are tragic stories, and isme again they are very much asked in the exam. So Tess of the D'Urbervilles, 1891, a heartbreaking novel about a young woman fall from innocence due to society. Okay, uh, harsh moral judgments and a powerful critique of Victorian hypocrisy. It remains one of Hardy's most celebrated works. And Jude the Obscure, Hardy's final novel, it follows Jude, a poor stone mason who dreams of an academic life but is crushed by society's constraints. And the novel का जो bleak themes है, Jude the Obscure की बड़ी bleak themes है, led to public outrage as well. So this was the final novel and very, very controversial. Okay, so these four novels, you are very right, Karthik. Okay, UGC's favorite novels, बहुत इससे से questions आते हैं. So if you really want to read in depth, then that would be a fantastic thing. Okay, so do read about these novels in detail. Now, let us look at these. Let us look at one simple mnemonic that I have. डेयरिंग अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स. अब जो अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स जो होते हैं लोग बड़े बड़े डेयरिंग होते हैं, कुछ भी बड़े ब्रेव होते हैं, क्योंकि अभी भी स्कूल से निकले होते हैं, होता है कि बस दुनिया हमारे कदमों में, हम लोग कुछ भी जी सकते हैं. सो अंडर ग्रेजुएट बड़े डेयरिंग होते हैं ना, जो स्कूल से बस पास आउट हुए होते हैं, उनका होता है हम तो दुनिया जीत लेंगे. सो डेयरिंग अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स, वो उनके भी कोई आइडल्स होते होंगे, कि कोई लीडर्स होते होंगे. सो डेयरिंग अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स एडमायर फियरलेस हीरोज. तो ये जो डेयरिंग ग्रेजुएट्स होते हैं, इनको क्या होता है, ये क्या एडमायर करते हैं, दे एडमायर फियरलेस हीरोज. तो ये हमारा एक निमोनिक हो गया, एक पार्ट का. उसके बाद रिटर्निंग ट्रायम्फेंटली आफ्टर टेमिंग माइटी वुल्व्स. उसके बाद ये क्या होता है कि ये जो रिटर्निंग ट्रायम्फेंटली, ये लोग जब रिटर्न करते हैं जीत के साथ, आफ्टर टेमिंग माइटी वुल्व्स. ओके, दीज माइटी वुल्व्स बड़ा परेशान कर रहे थे पूरे के पूरे गांव को, इनको टेम करना पड़ रहा था, सब कुछ भी खाना खा रहे थे, बच्चों को उठा के ले जा रहे थे. सो दे ट्रायम्फेंटली उनको ट्रेन किया. सो रिटर्निंग ट्रायम्फेंटली आफ्टर टेमिंग माइटी वुल्व्स, टेकिंग जस्टिस. और एंड में जस्टिस मिल गया उन लोगों के कि उन्होंने इतना अच्छा काम कर दिया. ओके, सो इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल निमोनिक गाइज. डेयरिंग अंडरग्रेजुएट्स admire fearless heroes. Very simple. Daring undergraduates admire fearless heroes. Returning triumphantly after taming mighty wolves, taking justice. ये entire sentence is your mnemonic. Daring से बनता है desperate remedies, 1871. Undergraduate से बनता है under the greenwood tree, 1872. Admire से बनता है A से आ जाता है a pair of blue eyes, 1873. Fourth comes as fearless comes as far from the madding crowd, FF. Okay, hero से आता है the hand of Ethelberta, H आएगा, the hand of Ethelberta. Returning से आएगा the return of the native. Okay, triumphantly से आएगा the trumpet major जो इनका वर्क था, तो trumpet major. आफ्टर से आता है अलाइडोशियन, 1881. टेमिंग से आता है टू ऑन अ टावर. माइटी से आता है द मेयर ऑफ केस्टरब्रिज, 1886. एंड देन कम्स वुल से आता है वुडलैंडर्स. एंड देन एंड में जो लास्ट टू बहुत फेमस वर्क्स हैं, टेकिंग से आता है टेस्ट ऑफ द डबर्बल्स एंड जस्टिस से आता है जूड द ऑब्सक्योर. सो गाइस, अ वेरी सिंपल निमोनिक. डेरिक अंडरग्रेजुएट्स admire fearless heroes, returning triumphantly after taming mighty wolves, taking justice. Okay, ये सिंपल सा सेंटेंस याद कर लेना, मीनिंगफुल है, मजेदार है. ओके, सो थॉमस हार्डी को हमेशा याद रखना कि ही वाज हार्डी से याद करना अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स. ओके, बिकॉज अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स आर वेरी हार्ड टू क्रैक. अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स आर वेरी स्टबर्न. अंडर ग्रेजुएट्स बच्चे ही होते हैं, तो उनको बड़ी स्टबर्ननेस होती है, उनको तो हम कुछ भी कर लेंगे. सो दे आर वेरी डेयरिंग, दे आर वेरी हार्ड. ओके, सो हार्डी से याद करना. डेयरिंग undergraduates admire fearless heroes, returning triumphantly after taming mighty wolves and taking justice. Okay, so this a very simple mnemonic. I hope everyone is getting it. It's interesting also. Everyone is getting it right. All right, chalo. So again, daring undergraduates admire fearless heroes, returning triumphantly after taming mighty wolves, taking justice. Desperate remedies, under the greenwood tree, pair of blue eyes, far from the madding crowd, the hand of Ethelberta, the return of the native, the trumpet major, a Laodicean, two on a tower, the mayor of Casterbridge, the Woodlanders, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, and Jude the Obscure. Okay, so I hope everyone is easily able to learn this. It's a very easy mnemonic. Next you have अब हम लोग आते हैं शॉर्ट स्टोरी कलेक्शन पे. इनके शॉर्ट स्टोरी कलेक्शंस भी काफ़ी सारे हैं, प्लेस काफ़ी कम है, शॉर्ट स्टोरी कलेक्शन भी हैं. तो सबसे पहले इनका शॉर्ट स्टोरी कलेक्शन आया था वेसेक्स. वेसेक्स 1888 में आया था गाइज. ओके, and this was a collection of stories that was set in Hardy's fictional Wessex, okay, dealing with fate, rural life, and tragic irony. The story showcased Hardy's ability to capture human struggles in miniature form. Okay, so ये Wessex Tales का first collection था poetry जो कि 1888 में आया था. फिर आया था Group of Noble Dames, a series of romantic and tragic tales about noble women. So group of noble dames, dames का मतलब ही होता है young girls, noble women के बारे में, framed as stories told by a club of gentlemen, and the collection explores love, power, and the constraints placed on women. Okay, so this was written in favor of women only. A group of noble dames 1891 का ये poetry collection है. फिर आता है इनका work Lives, Little Ironies, and this is the year 1894. This is set of tales illustrating the ironic twist of fate in everyday life. And again, Hardy ka realism and cynicism are at their sharpest in this point. So these are short story collections, guys. Wessex Tales, A Group of Noble Dames, Life, Little Ironies, and A Changed Man, and Other Tales. Okay, so these are all short stories, guys. Okay, these are all short stories. And a late career collection that includes stories of transformation, regret, and social change. And these stories reflect Hardy's mature vision of fate and human nature. Okay, so this is the short story collection. And then we have पोइट्री कलेक्शन. सो इनके 4 शॉर्ट स्टोरी कलेक्शन से. अब पोइट्री कलेक्शन देखते हैं. वेसेक्स पोएम एंड अदर वर्सेस, हार्डी की फर्स्ट पोइट्री कलेक्शन थी ये, एंड फीचरिंग नॉस्टैल्जिक एंड melancholic reflections on Wessex. Then comes poems of the past and the present. This was a mix of personal, historical, and war related poems. Okay, and then the Dynast, it's a vast epic drama. ये ड्रामा लिखा था, एक एपिक ड्रामा लिखा था, मतलब कि पोइटिक फॉर्म में ही होगा. A drama in verse about the Napoleonic Wars, blending historical realism. And then last one was Times, Laughing Stocks, and Other Verses, a collection of ironic and sometimes humorous poems जो कि human folly पे focus करके उसका मजाक उड़ाता है. Okay, so this was a poetry collection of this. So now इनका एक और भी वर्क्स है. Satire of Circumstance, a collection of emotionally intense poems जो कि डील करते हैं लॉस के साथ एंड मोर्निंग के साथ. सो यू कैन सी शॉर्ट स्टोरीज भी बहुत लिखा है, नॉवेल्स भी अराउंड 13 नॉवेल्स, एंड many poetry collections as well. Moments of Vision and Miscellaneous Verses, a deeply personal collection of poems about memory, war, and personal sorrows. And Hardy's sense of history and loss is prominent throughout this entire poems. Late Lyrics and Earlier with Many Other Verses, a retrospective collection जो कि feature करता है from different periods of Hardy's life, and they explore nostalgia, nature, and reflections on aging. Okay, so written during the end of his periods, of course, aging. Human shows, far fantasies, songs, and trifles. One of the Hardy's final collections जो कि reflect करता है on human struggles, war, and social change. Okay, so this is of course important. And the last we have, okay, Winter Words in Various Moods and Meters, 1928 का posthumously publish हुआ है, इसकी death के बाद publish हुआ है. And this collection reflects on mortality and the passage of time, and it serves as Hardy's poetic farewell. So we have 7 poetry collection, we have 4 short story collection. Let us go and have a look कि हम लोग इसको कैसे याद करेंगे. Okay, so then you have, when we talk about poetry collections, then we have Weird People. Okay, so poetry collections around 9 hai hamare. So Weird People, some people are very weird. Okay, they dance to silly monkey laughs, matlab monkeys has rahe hain and they just laughing. Imagine Wessex mein, Wessex jo Hardy ka Wessex hai, usse monkeys hain bahut sare, and those monkeys are laughing, and there are weird people who are dancing on those monkeys. Now that is so weird. So Weird People dance to silly monkey laughs, hooting wildly, and they hoot wildly. Okay, so imagine Wessex hai, Wessex mein bahut sare monkeys hain. Okay, us monkeys mein, the monkeys are They are laughing, laughing, and laughing. And there are some weird people who are dancing on monkeys' laughs and are hooting on monkeys' laughs. So this becomes a very easy mnemonic. कैसे याद रखोगे? वेसेक्स से याद है कि वेसेक्स में बहुत सारे मंकीज है. वेसेक्स कहाँ से? जो जगह थी जहाँ पे हार्डी करता था, अपने नॉवेल्स को सेट करता था, right? So weird people dance to silly monkey laughs, hooting wildly. This is a very funny mnemonic that we have got. Weird से start होता है, ये poetry collection का है guys. Remember, Wessex poems and other verses 1898. People से आता है people poems of the past and the present 1901. फिर आता है the dynast and then 1904 to 1908. Times laughing stock and other verses 1909. Silly से आता है satires of circumstance 1914. Monkey से आता है moments of vision and miscellaneous verses 1917. Laugh से आता है late lyrics and earlier with many other verses 1922. Hooting से आता है human shows, far fantasy, songs and trifles 1925. And widely the end one is winter words in various moods and meters. Okay, so this is the last one that was published 1928 mein. So guys, remember this: weird people dance to silly monkey laughs, hooting widely. This is a mnemonic of your which one? And that is your poetry collection. Okay, so guys, this was really important. Plays हमारे कौन से थे जो हम लोगों ने देखा था? The plays The Dynast के थे, a vast historical drama in verse. Napoleon was presenting a grand impersonal vision of history. The Dynast, and इसका second work था The Famous Tragedy of the Queen of Cornwall. Okay, so Dynast एक हमने देखा था, verse drama था, जो epic drama था, verse form में लिखा गया था. And this was The Famous Tragedy of the Queen of Cornwall 1923 का work. This is a one-act verse play about Tristan and Isolde and set in Hardy's beloved Wessex again. Okay, so these were the two plays that were written by Thomas Hardy. Okay, so so these were the two plays, the Dynast and the Lex. But guys, now we are coming to some important characters. We know that Thomas Hardy के work से as much as Charles Dickens के work से characters पूछे जाते हैं. कल मैंने कुछ discuss किया था. Today I will be discussing some more important characters from Thomas Hardy's work. So please make sure that you know this, you're learning this. This is a very important one. Okay, so Desperate Remedy, जो सबसे पहले इनका work आया था, Desperate Remedies में कौन है? Cytherea Grey, an innocent woman caught in deception and intrigue. So Cytherea Grey is your character. Annis Manston, a secretive steward whose dark nature drives a novel suspense. So these two are the key characters. Key characters हैं guys. सारे characters नहीं, मैंने बस key characters को लिया है. Under the Greenwood Tree में है Dick Dewey, a simple village musician, and Fancy Day, a school teacher that is torn between love and social expectations. Okay, so these two of course were the first novels. Then comes A Pair of Blue Eyes. इसमें कौन आता है? Elfride Swancourt, a naive woman, a very young innocent woman who is caught in a love triangle between class and love. Same novel, A Pair of Blue Eyes, is Stephen Smith, a lower class architect hindered by social status, and Henry Knight, a rigid scholarly man whose doubts lead him to tragedy. Okay, so A Pair of Blue Eyes becomes this important. Far from the madding crowd में से बहुत questions आते हैं regarding characters, and Bathsheba Everdeen is one of the most asked questions and one of the most prominent characters also of the Victorian age. So Bathsheba Everdeen, a strong-willed woman juggling love, power and personal growth. And then Gabriel Oak, a loyal shepherd जो कि embody करता है patience and devotion. And Sergeant Troy, a reckless and charming young soldier. And William Boldwood. Okay, so Far from the Madding Crowd के key characters are very important that need to be learned. अगर आप इन सब की novels की detailed summary पढ़ रहे हो, analysis पढ़ रहे हो, nothing in the world better than this. This trust me guys, अगर इसका detail characters पढ़ लिए, summary पढ़ ली, बहुत ही अच्छा आपका Thomas Hardy prepare हो जाएगा. Okay, so The Hand of Ethelberta, if we look at that, Ethelberta Perthewan, a woman of humble origins. Return of the Native, again very important novel, and many questions, many characters are asked from this. Eustacia Y, Clem Yobright, Damon Wildeeve, Thomasine Yobright, all these characters are frequently asked in your NET exam. Then you have The Trumpet Major, Anne Garland ka, a gentlewoman torn between two suitors. जॉन लवडे भी हैं, अ नोबल हार्टेड सोल्जर एंड बॉब लवडे, एंड अ लोडोशियन का पॉला पावर, अ मॉडर्न वुमन caught between tradition and progress, George Somerset, an idealistic architect in love with Paula, and Captain D. Stancy, a nobleman manipulated into courtship. Okay, so this another work. Then you have Two on a Tower, and that is a lonely aristocratic in love. So ये कौन है? Lady Vivid Constantine. Okay, Two on a Tower में कौन कौन है? Lady Vivid Constantine, a lonely aristocrat in love with a young astronomer, and Swithin St. Cleeve, an ambitious astronomer struggling with glass barriers. So Two on a Tower seems an interesting work, isn't it? Mayor of the Caister Bridge, 1886 में Michael Henchard, and that is a tragic hero who sells his wife in a drunken mistake. Very frequently asked novel. I mean, I should put a good star over here because this is one of the most frequently asked questions. Donald Farfrae, a charming businessman who rises, and Elizabeth Jane, a kind and intelligent woman who can endure करती है hardship and quiet strengthen. Okay, then you have next the Woodlanders में कौन कौन है? Grace Melbury, a woman that is torn between love and social duty. Giles Winterbourne है, a humble woodsman whose love remains unfulfilled. And then there is Edred Fitzpiers, a self-centered doctor who betrays Greystars. And then Tess of the D'Urbervilles में Tess D'Urberville, a pure-hearted woman. Alec D'Urberville, a manipulative seducer. And Angel Clare, an idealist whose rigid morality causes Tess's downfall. So, of course, Tess of the D'Urbervilles, Mayor of the Caister Bridge, The Return of the Native, Jude the Obscure, Bathsheba Everdeen, all these are very, very important novels of Hardy and frequently asked in the exams. Jude the Obscure जिनका final work था, उसमें Jude Foley, a poor stonemason with academic dreams, crushed by society. Sue Brighthead, Jude was a male, guys. Let me tell you, Jude कभी कभी ये भी पूछते हैं कि Jude was a male character, females, he was a male character. Sue Brighthead, a free-spirited woman torn between love and morality, and Arabella Dawn judges Jude's pragmatic and manipulative first wife. Okay, so these guys are very very important. I'm telling all of you one thing कि अगर आप लोग इन सारे कैरेक्टर्स को, ये सारे थॉमस हार्डी के वर्क को अच्छे तरीके से पढ़ लोगे, डिटेल एनालिसिस में निमोनिक मिल गया है. फिर से निमोनिक एक बार रिवाइज करें क्या हम लोग? शुड वी ऑल रिवाइज द निमोनिक वंस अगेन? Okay, so just let me see. Let us revise the mnemonic once again, and that is, okay, so this is daring undergraduates admire fearless heroes, right? Okay, so daring undergraduates admire fearless heroes returning triumphantly after taming mighty wolves, taking justice. Very easy mnemonic. सारे mnemonic पे हमारा कौन कौन सा बेस है? सारी की सारी novels बेस है. Desperate remedies, daring से आता है desperate remedies. Undergraduate से आता है Under the Greenwood Tree 1872. A से Admire से आता है Pair of Blue Eyes 1873. Fearless से आता है Far from the Madding Crowd 1874. Heroes, The Hand of Ethelberta, Returning, The Return of the Native, Triumphantly, The Trumpet Major, After a Laodicean, Taming Two on a Tower, Mighty, The Mayor of the Caister Bridge, Wolves, The Woodlanders, Taking the Test of the D'Urbervilles, and Justice at Jude the Obscure. So I hope this comes out as easy and simple for all of you daring undergraduates. Admire fearless heroes, returning triumphantly after taming mighty wolves, taking justice. Okay, so this was the mnemonic for this. Then we have look at poetry correction का क्या था? Weird people dance to silly monkeys hooting wildly. ये हमारा poem का था. Very simple. So weird people से Wessex poems and other verses, poems of the past and the present, the dynast, Times Laughing Stock, satires of circumstance, moments of vision, and miscellaneous verses, late lyrics, and earlier with many other verses. Okay, so guys, and then hooting, human shows, and winter words in various moods. So guys, with this, I'm coming to an end. I hope everybody has enjoyed the lecture. The purpose was कि आप लोगों को सबको ये समझ आ जाए that you know how we are talking about this, how we are dealing with this. So this was a very easy way to learn this entire mnemonics, guys. अगर और in depth में जाना है with a lot of good substance, very easy learning, मैं pointers में पढ़ाती हूँ in a very easy manner because I give all the important points. So do join my paid classes. That is only for rupees 4,359. You are getting paper 1 as well as paper 2. Paper 1 is equally important, as much as important as paper 2. So please उसको से भी बहुत ध्यान से पढ़ें आप सब लोग. And if anyone has any questions, That question is very much solved in the class itself, or every day. The classes are from Monday to Friday, every day in the morning 9 a.m. And I set the routine for the students. I always tell them कि ये पढ़ना है, आज ये पढ़ना है, so that they get a very strong routine. Okay, so guys, NET exam is all about self discipline, reading very very much, because this is a national level exam. और इससे मज़ा जब आएगा पढ़ने में, जब मज़ा आएगा, इंटरेस्ट आएगा कि हाँ मुझे इंटरेस्ट आ रहा है, मुझे लिटरेचर में ये पढ़ना है, वो पढ़ना है, तो जो वो क्यूरियोसिटी डेवलप होती है, दैट इज़ वेरी वेरी गुड. So guys, on this note, I will end my class, and please do like the session and share with your friends, and I will definitely see you next week. Sorry, it's tomorrow itself, next day, tomorrow, in the same class, and tomorrow we will be talking about American literature. So thank you everyone. Have a very good day. Have a very productive day. Study hard. Bye-bye. Okay, thank you Shivani. Thank you everyone. Thank you very much. All right.